Welcome back, amazing people. My name is Mimi. This is a dash of colors. I know you're probably ready for work or you're listening to this on your way to work. I have a very exciting topic to talk to you about. If you didn't listen to yesterday's podcast, it was about self acceptance, and today I will be talking about self belief. People are going to crush you, situations will crush you. You will feel like the world is coming to an end. You will get overpowered by a lot of situations, by circumstances, even by people. And every single time when things like that happen, it is going to be the normal reaction to self-destruct, or to hide, or to run away, or to stop trying. But the most important thing that I am going to be sharing with you today is that above all the trauma, above all the drama, above every single situation that has ever felt very overpowering, you have the capacity to deal with all of it. All you have to do is to believe in yourself. I know that sounds a little bit cliche, but this is what I mean. So, self-belief is simply priding or having confidence in your own abilities. And this is why I talked about self-acceptance a few days ago, because I know that before you can approach self-belief, you have to first of all acknowledge that this is who you are. This is what makes you you. So I'm going to believe that you have listened to that episode before this one. So let's deal with self-belief. You have to approach life with confidence. Most people are doing jobs that they had zero idea on how to. The only difference was they believed that they will work hard enough to deliver results. And that was all that mattered to them. Most people are running businesses that they never thought in their wildest dream that they could do. All they had to do was to approach it with confidence. Self-belief is trusting yourself, trusting in your ability to get your goals, to get whatever thing you want done. And it doesn't matter how many times situations, circumstances, people around you will try to convince you otherwise. What self-belief does for you is that it empowers you with the knowledge of all your capacities, of all powers lying deep inside of you. It is very easy to get overwhelmed by so many things. But one thing I say to myself is that I am capable of living the kind of life I want. All I have to do is to be focused on it and to work a lot harder to achieve those goals. And this thought before now has always helped me pull through the most difficult stages of my life till today. If you're going to ever win life, you have to approach life with confidence and not from a place of self-doubt or a place of confusion or a place of lack, right? You have to understand that every single person, including you, have been given the ability, the measure of strength to deal with any situation that is going on right now in your life, no matter how overpowering it is. All you have to do is to let yourself use this power. So let's talk about how to use self-belief, or how do we begin to self-believe. 1, have you accepted yourself? I said our flaws can be our breaking point. It could be one of the things that could tear us apart. For you to actually believe in yourself, you need to deal with your baggages first. What are those things that are very uncomfortable when you think about them? What are those things about your life that you're struggling to finally deal with? You need to deal with the baggages first. You need to come to accept that this is who you are. This is my ability. This is my strength. This is my weakness. I am so strong in these aspects. I struggle with this. You need to highlight all those things. You need to know that this is what makes you tick, right? When you have finally accepted yourself, you need to finally believe that you can. Affirm your abilities, affirm that this is who you are. So even when the storm is raging, even when life is throwing bands at you, you are believing and affirming that this is my place, this is what I can do, this is who I am, this is what I am made for. Third, confront your fears. I have always had fears for so many things. After I lost money, I shut myself out of the world and I said I wouldn't try anymore. I wouldn't try to make money because I had grown to be scared of losing things. And I said I wasn't going to try my hands anymore. I'm just going to live a low-key life. But I know that I am ambitious. I know that I have desire. I know that I have fire. And I want more out of life. So I'm not going to let something that happened a few months ago to put me in a place where I can no longer face my own fears. Because I know that they are fears. And sometimes there are images of things that I have created. They might not even be real. They might only look like a huge situation because I have built an imagery around it. So confront your fears. Whatever thing that you're dealing with, do not run away from it. Face it. Face it. It might be a difficult boss. It might be your job is overwhelming. Find a way to confront it. Find a way to deal with what you're afraid of. If you constantly address things that fear you, if you constantly address things that you are afraid of, you would learn that confidence comes to you automatically. So even if situations show up and then you're feeling overwhelmed, you already know that your default is to be confident, like you have the capacity to handle it. Okay, so confront your fears always, guys. Confront your fears. Another thing that you could do is to stop being so self-critical. Stop saying how you're not good, how you're sad, how you're miserable, how you can never be good enough. Most of us are self-sabotaging ourselves. We are always saying some evil thing about ourselves. We do not even believe in our own capacities. You cannot have self-belief if you're still filled with tons of self-doubt. So stop being so self-critical. You're doing okay. You're doing fine. It might not look like what every other person is doing, but you're on the right path. And what makes it special and unique is because that's your own journey, not mine. Okay? So stop being so self-critical. Don't approach life from the view of defeat. Some of us, before we even confront whatever situations that are going on in our life, we already feel defeated. We already feel like we've lost. You have to be prepared to win all the time. I'm not saying be unrealistic, but I'm saying that always approach every single fear of yours from the point of view that you will certainly win. And even if you don't win eventually, the most important thing is that you have built the right amount of confidence that you need for future taxes, for future challenges, for future circumstances. Okay, so that is what counts, all right? And then be the voice for people too. When you're constantly speaking about positivity, about doing your best, about being the best of yourself, it is only default that you want to be that person too. And that's why I speak about positivity a lot. I know that I tend to get very depressed over every other thing that is going wrong in my life. So but when I talk about being positive, I reaffirm myself that this is what my reality should be like. It shouldn't be based off whatever situation or whatever thing that has been happening in my life. It should be, this is me. This is who I am. And that's why I am very, very passionate about talking about things like this, because I try to remind myself that this is the kind of attitude I should have towards life. So guys, There is no point in this world for you to be afraid of whatever circumstance. I tell myself when things are crazy that what is the worst that can happen? Like, I've had mental breakdowns most times, and the only thing that gets me out of my misery most times is when I ask myself questions like, what could be the worst? What would go wrong if this doesn't happen the way I'm thinking it right now? What could be the worst? Believe in yourself. As you go out today, as you're facing whatever thing, your tasks, your goals, whatever thing you intend to smash this week, this month, believe in your abilities. Believe in your capacity to do things. Apply for that job, even when it feels like you do not have enough qualification, but you have the willpower to, and state that you have the willpower to get the job done. It doesn't matter if your certification is saying something else. Go ahead and apply for that job. Do things that scare you. Do not rely on your comfort zone. If you don't try out on things that fear you or scare you, you would always remain in a place of defeat. Stir up yourself. Find challenges. Pursue these challenges. I want to talk to you again tomorrow. So please do not forget to subscribe to the podcast. And if you are not in the Telegram community, I want to say good morning to you every day. Could you please subscribe? The link to the Telegram community is in the description of this episode, so please click on it and join. I am so glad to have you listen today, and as always, my name is Mimi. This is A Dash of Colors. See you tomorrow. Take care.